A major merger within the aviation industry that's not of Korean and Asiana has in the past 24 hours been terminated by mutual consent, and in today's video, I discuss why the major decision has been made.
BB 851, turn right heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
I've restarted the DJ's Aviation Podcast. You can find the first episode to the relaunch over on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and also SoundCloud. On the 2nd of April, only yesterday, Air Canada announced through a press release that their long-awaited transaction to acquire Air Transit had actually been terminated mutually, meaning the agreement that they had, and the Agreement Act, if you will, had been cut short. This was an acquisition that had been a long time in the making, with the deal actually originally being agreed to back in June of 2019, nearly 2 years ago now, and since then has seen both parties working slowly but surely to ensure that a deal can go through. However, naturally the pair have run into their own problem. It saw them amend the deal 2 months after the first agreement was signed in August of 2019, and then once more again in arguably the biggest, that being October 2020, which was more recently given the outlook had vastly changed due to the ongoing global pandemic playing a major role. The deal back in 2019 of June was set at $520 million. The thing though that I haven't told you is that in October of 2020, the price was significantly slashed by a whopping 72%, bringing it down to $190 million. This, however, does not mean that it necessarily worked out for both parties, and there were a number of issues that impacted it. One of the biggest problems the pair encountered, however, was the regulatory approval from regulators, especially that of the European Commission, who noted that under the current terms of the deal, they were unable to approve the transaction from going forward. Naturally, this deals a blow to Air Transit, who will see Air Canada pay a termination fee in the region of some $12.5 million, but still, that doesn't necessarily make it all better for them. In addition, as noted in their press release, Air Canada said after careful consideration, Air Canada has concluded that providing additional remedies which may still not secure an EC approval would significantly compromise Air Canada's ability to compete internationally, negatively impacting customers, other stakeholders, and future prospects, as it recovers and rebuilds from the impact of the pandemic. Especially in this challenging environment, it is essential that Air Canada focus on creating the optimal conditions for its full recovery by preserving and leveraging all of its key strengths and assets, including its strong employee culture. What I've just noted here highlights how it's not the right decision at the time being, but naturally it will leave questions around the future of Air Transit, which have been, as a collective, preparing for this acquisition for the past 2 years to take place. And now that that won't be happening, what happens with them remains to be seen. Naturally though, I'd say it's too early to say what the best course of action will be for them, but I think it's very easy to say that this throws a spanner in their works. And as to what exactly their plans will be for the airline in the long run, especially in an industry that is trying its best to recover with baby steps, will remain to be seen. But I will be covering it here on the channel without a doubt, as it's something that personally interests me greatly. What are your thoughts on the decision for the airlines to manually terminate their deal to merge? Let me know down in the comment section below. And like always, thank you so much for the continued support. I do greatly appreciate it, and look forward to you all joining me in the next one.